Hello and welcome to the People Chronicles Storied Women. My name is Anna Rose Ingarra-Milch and I am your host. I am also the author of Lunch with Lucille. Lunch with Lucille is a story of how one woman's life impacted another woman. So here at the People Chronicles Storied Women, we bring women from our community to come in and tell their story so that we can learn from them as well. And today my very special guest is Bea Rivera. Welcome, Bea.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, Anna.
I have to ask you, what is it the one thing that you would like us to take away from our talk today? The pearl of wisdom, so to speak.
To never underestimate the power and the strength that's within you to overcome life's adversities.
Life's adversities.
Yes.
Because we all have adversities.
Yes, absolutely.
So tell me, take me back to how you came upon that realization.
In my early 20s, I married young. It was like 24, and I thought it was a solid relationship, and come to find out, like many, it just wasn't working. He was very not true to me. So I had to find out through other people that he wasn't what he was supposed to be. He wasn't faithful, in other words. Mm-hmm. So I had to make a decision, and he did tell me he couldn't be faithful to me or any other woman. So that alone I gave him credit for, because then that made my decision crystal clear. So I left him. However, that was a traumatic experience for me. I think for any woman, whether it's the right decision or not, usually it is the right decision, but divorce is very painful. It's traumatic, no matter how much you know it is the right course to take. So that impacted me quite a bit. I come from a very strong Catholic upbringing. And thank God, actually, because God was there for me. I felt like the spiritual connection there.
So when that was going on in your marriage, it puts a hit on your self-image?
Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely. I felt inadequate. I felt my self-esteem was very low. And then within the year of us separating, I discovered that I had cancer. That was traumatic in and of itself, and I tried not to let it show so much, because my parents and I are very, very close, and my parents are elderly. They had me at an elderly age. So it was hard to make sure that they were okay while I was not. But
you're a good daughter.
Thank you.
Worrying about my parents and not about yourself. Yeah.
But anywho, because I had cancer, I also was told that I wasn't going to be able to have children, and that was a big hit for me. It was a very hard time in my life. So
you're in your 20s when this is all happening?
Mm-hmm. I was in my later 20s, 27.
27.
Yes. So it was very difficult for me to move forward, having felt like there's no real purpose. What is my purpose here on this earth? And that's when my spiritual strength came in. I had to get it from somewhere. My mother also. She was a big part of it.
Yeah, mothers are like that.
She's just wonderful. She should be a saint.
Maybe.
But through my spiritual connection, I was able to overcome some of those obstacles, and I know that there's a purpose in my life. I still don't know what that is, okay? But I'm here for a reason. There's a reason I overcame cancer. And yes, I cannot, have children, but...
Naturally, I mean...
Right, correct,
yeah.
Correct. But I'm surrounded by nephews and nieces, and, I give of myself to them, and, just get what I can from them, and I love children. I worked at the children's home for many, many years. So it's amazing, because when you are in a dark place and you feel like there's no way out, you need to reach within yourself. And everybody has it. For me, it was God and the spiritual connection. But for others, it may be the love of doing something that really just takes them to a different place. Friendships are so very important and vital.
Did you have a network of friends who stood by you while you were going through all this?
Yes, I did. But more than that, it was family for me.
Your family?
Yes. My mother was right there aside of me the whole time. I could not have made it without her.
So you went through chemo and...
No, I didn't go through all of that. It was such an advanced cancer that they just went in and took everything out, hoping that it would, take it all out. I went through 5 years of going to see an oncologist every 3 months to make sure everything was okay. But when you're 27, you think you can overcome everything. Yeah. So I wasn't aware of the severity of the cancer that I had. It's not until you go see other doctors and other doctors are like, wow, I'm looking at a walking, living miracle. Then you're like, whoa, there is a purpose for me here. And it may not be clear, but it's okay. It's okay.
What are you thinking? What are you thinking? Are you, if it's not clear, I mean, what are you thinking it could possibly be?
I don't know. I think sometimes that our lives take such different crazy turns, and it could be 10, 15 years down the line where I will have that aha, this is the reason I'm still here. All that stuff before cares. It didn't mean anything. It got me where I'm supposed to be.
Where it's supposed to be, yeah.
So I just pray every day, thank God that I was born into such a wonderful family with such great principles and, faith, all of that. So I'm just happy. I'm happy that I'm still here. And even though it's hard some days you do have that yucky stuff in the pit of your stomach. All of us do.
Sure.
There's still life out there, and I'm eager to see where it takes me, what my purpose is.
Yeah, I think that when we have problems, even like going back to when you were first married, and you just, and we go to we have all this adversity in our lives. There's always the opportunity for growth.
Yes.
It's when things are going so well, it's almost as if there's less opportunity for growth.
I agree. I absolutely agree, and I think that through my adversities, I've become a better person, a stronger person, and I wouldn't change anything. I know that sounds crazy, but I wouldn't change any of it, because I believe that there's a reason why adversities come to one, and there is an opportunity for growth and just exploration. There's so many things.
Yeah, there are. There really are. I'm going to read you a quote by Lou Holtz.
Okay.
I think he's still alive, but he's a basketball coach, Lou Holtz.
Oh, okay.
But he said, "Show me someone who has done something worthwhile, and I'll show you someone who has overcome adversity." I really like that.
I like that.
Yeah,
very much. Very nice.
Because I really believe that in order for us to do good, we
Yes.
have had to been able to see what not good is.
Correct. I agree. I mean, the only way to experience true happiness is to have gone through some of that sorrow.
Exactly. Yeah. And you've done a great job of it.
Thank you.
And I appreciate you listening. Thank you very much, Bea. Thank you.
Thank you, Anna Rose.
Thank you for following Storied Women on the People Chronicles. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, People Chronicles, and you won't miss any stories.
These stories are made possible in part by Queen City Restaurant, Greth Homes, Heidelberg Family Restaurant, and Spring Ridge Financial.